Alright, one take video with the most strongest build I can possibly muster up. I've been doing a lot of runs where I just try and unlock artifacts and do achievements, but I haven't actually gotten the chance to get a good run going where I just try to be as strong as possible. So I figured I might as well record it, get that video going. I actually wanted to do an all artifacts run this week, but I didn't actually unlock every artifact in time. The one that's getting me stumped up is getting every single, like 100 Gaia kills, which is just luck based, honestly. So I'll probably get that out by next week. I might even upload it this week and do a double upload, but in case people don't know how to actually get a really strong run going, I'll show you my method at the very least. There's not much out about this game. There's a lot of videos, people are playing it for fun, but I don't think it's anywhere near optimized yet, so take this with a grain of salt. This is just how I play. I like to get a lot of projectiles going. I think I'm going to upgrade chain lightning again here. Eventually we'll get a bunch of AoEs to supplement, but early game, more projectiles is king. Things like idle hands and soft glob is also good. Essentially, your basic white bullet projectile. We're gonna want to give it as many like extra projectiles to spawn as possible, and we're gonna want attack speed and get more of those basic projectiles. I will forego both of those things to get orb amplifier though, because more EXP just means more stuff. Oh, I'm also running on silent time to make it go faster because this game is slow at times. Also, we're doing double mini bosses or like multiple mini bosses or more frequent mini bosses, because that means more items for us if we can manage to kill them, which we probably can. They're not too hard. It's actually a fun little interaction. I'll see if I can show you guys that actually once I get the chance. It's a way to insta kill mini bosses and even bosses. It's harder to with the bosses though because they're bigger. Let's go with a slash is also good to have, but I'm gonna want to get some rubies before I get slashes, since extra crit damage doesn't really matter if you don't crit, which is why you genuinely want more crit. They crumble sapphire every time. The gems, except the yellow sapphire, are also just all good. So the crumbled ruby, sapphire, and the orb amplifiers aren't technically gems, but they kind of resemble them, so I count them as well. Orb amplifier is easy. Orb amplifier actually has a legendary version. I believe it's legendary actually. I don't know if it's actually a yellow border one or yellow item, but it's really good. We'll take explosive blob. Nah, let's go soft blobs for now. We're gonna want some on death stuff eventually, but for now, I think we want to focus on getting those kills. And we're getting really lucky with fractured sapphire here. We've seen a lot of sapphires, and we're probably gonna get that upgraded max or close to max pretty quickly, which is really good for us. What else is good? So things that give you more projectiles, such as idle hands, is obviously really good. This is not a great one for us, but dissolving is never optimal since it only gives you half a level instead of like an item is technically a full level if you think about it, because you need to level up to get items usually. So unless something is really bad, you're not gonna want to dissolve. It's put it on the hard way. Also, I've had a discussion with this briefly in my comments. I'll see if I can get the comment on screen, but apparently the tree hugger, getting tree hugger early is interesting. I think it's really good to have. Mind you, it makes it run a bit boring at times. We definitely take 2 explosive blobs. We love that. Anytime we get 2 items from roulette, that's pretty much good, especially if it's from a boss fight or something like that, because it's like two level ups, right? And dissolving is going to give you a half. So the more items you're offered, like quantity wise from a roulette, better it is. Let's go icy dead blobs here. Tree hugger's not amazing early game, but once you get to the point where leveling up is ridiculously slow, we definitely take 4 of these. Broken citrine is one of the best items in the game. I will take 4 of them in a heartbeat. Okay, and we can upgrade it to 5 right away. I'll probably do that. Probably, definitely, 100%. Yes, please. Thank you very much. That's insane. Look at my attack speed. I'm crazy. What was I saying? Yeah, we want to run around and get as much EXP as possible early game. But if you get Tree Whisperer, you can get extra items even if you don't level up, which is insane, which is also the reason I take Crush Ruby here. Crit damage and crit chance is pretty good. It's insane that this game gives you an item that upgrades both crit damage and crit chance in one. That's really strong. Would not have foreseen a game designer doing that. Anyway, once you get to the point where you can't level up anymore, having Tree Whisperer just give you items anyway is really good. Obliteration is nice, but max upgrading Flawless Citrine is just... If we get that on stage 2, that's ridiculous. I actually haven't had a run where I've gotten a max upgraded gem on stage 2, I think. We take Explosion here, right? We have some rubies, but I don't think it's enough to warrant grabbing Slash just yet. If anything, we want to max upgrade Ruby before we even start investing in Slash. Well, maybe not. Maybe that's extreme, but still. Obviously, you can still run around, run through trees. Ooh, Salvage Energy is a risk here. If we get that really high level, it's gonna be insane for us as well. But it is a legendary thing, and I think there's like 4 stages to it. So we have to roll it like 4 times minimum for it to really be good, because that's the point. It starts giving you EXP. I think I will forgo upgrading Chain Lightning more and go for Strange Fruit, because otherwise we're going to be short range, and getting chain reactions when you're really close to enemies late game is kind of difficult. So we need to be able to keep some distance between us and the enemies and still be able to do damage. I think I take this. I do want spikes. I've been skipping spikes a lot. That's not because it's bad. There's better stuff. Obviously, it's not the best, but it's not bad either. And I do want it, since it is a projectile that spawns that is AoE. So it's kind of an AoE and projectile in one. Not affected by AoE buffs, but it just it covers a pretty large area, I'd say. I think we don't need damage, we need utility right now. Our damage is fine. We are definitely not lacking in damage. So I think I will take some utility in Strange Fruit. Getting the run where I got 10 Strange Fruit for the achievements was also annoying because it's completely RNG based. Magnus we're gonna shred through, no problem. 2 times 10% crit damage is pretty insane. And then we will take Soft Blobs. Once we get that max out, it's gonna be pretty good for us. Grab that and then get out. So no max gem on stage 2. But that's okay, I was being really greedy with that anyway. And we're probably gonna get it figured out and get that max upgraded eventually. Again, Citrine is probably the best item in the game, if I had to say. Mumsa comes close, I would say, since attack speed is broken, and as of right now, I believe those are the only 2 items that give you attack speed. That's 2 back-to-back. AoE radius is fine. I'm not mad about it per se. You can max this. I bumped my mic twice, I'm sorry. We can max this, or we can go Orb Amplifier. Orb Amplifier maxed out is also ridiculous because you can just get double the XP sometimes, which is crazy. We want to max Ruby, right? But taking crit chance actually isn't that good of an idea, I feel like. Let's dissolve that. Or first dissolve again. You want to try and dissolve as little as humanly possible, so it's not my proudest moment, but 10% crit chance is just not gonna cut it here. We'll take low viscosity. I believe that's low viscosity either one away from max, or it's already maxed. Well, some things in this game don't get completely maxed, mind you. They just keep upgrading the numbers, but they don't get any additional effects. So that's what I mean with... Oh, we take Ruby for sure. That's what I mean with maxing viscosity, because I believe you can just keep on adding pierce numbers to it, but it'll never truly be maxed. What was I saying? I was saying something about attack speed, right? I believe the only ways to get attack speed are to be frenzied or to just get citrine. So those 2 items obviously are good, and the reason they're good is because the more projectiles you fire per second, the more chance you have to proc those additional effects like chain lightning, like implode, like pretty much any item in the game is like attacks have a 10% chance, 20% chance, right? So the more you have of these, the better it is. I will take chain lightning here. I think maxing it is really nice. I think there are some items you max and then they just get out of the pool. Like I see Dead Blobs is one of those things where it's a one and done. You get it twice and then you don't have to worry about it ever again. 10% damage multiplier is okay. Could have been better, but it's just a straight buff to damage, which is nice. I'll take the chain there. We're close to exponential change, I believe, which is the max for that. I'll take the spikes. Excuse me. Not something I'm particularly proud of, but like I said, it's an item which is a full level value wise. So I mean, I wanted spikes, like I said, but getting a single item on roulette just feels bad. Bad luck, I guess. I've been getting pretty good luck so far, though. So I think that was my first single, which is fine. I'm not gonna complain too much, but I'm gonna complain a little bit because I am a very spoiled Gen Z brat. I'm not even Gen Z. I'm millennial, by the way. Technically speaking. Not that it matters. I don't really know what any of these generational labels mean or are supposed to imply at all. I just like saying it as a little fact because I can bully people that are younger than me. Don't do that. Don't bully people. It's not daijoubu. Let's max out that and then get the fuck out of here. Okay. I think I will just hang around in trees in my off time, or like run through them, or try and pass my way through them if possible, because I do think we're getting to the point where we can pretty much wipe screens before the next wave spawns. Well, maybe not quite yet. So we don't have downtime quite yet. Once we do have downtime, we can spend that on hugging trees without really worrying about losing enemy spawns. Which, by the way, I don't know if this game has an enemy cap, and if it does, I think it's coded quite poorly, because I believe that's pretty bad. That's horrendous. We take pristine sapphire here for sure, though. That was worth. What was I saying? Some enemies that spawn other enemies, like these ticks, can deadass just overwrite any enemy cap, which I guess kind of makes sense, because you don't want to like make an enemy, like devalue an enemy just because there's an enemy cap, like an empty cap. But at the same time, they do that for EXP orbs, because some things just are supposed to spawn EXP orbs and they just don't, because like there's too many on the screen, I'm guessing, or something like that, which is a little skewed. Not completely what I would call fair, but this is fine. If you can max that out, I don't mind that. I believe that'll start appearing now, which is nice, at the very least. Let's see. 5 times pierce. I don't think you can ever get that to the point where you don't take negative damage, or like you don't take a damage penalty per pierce. Because if you could, that would probably be broken. But who knows? Maybe we'll find out this run. I think I also, in my last video, I said I was going to max Ruby. I was going to max Ruby. So I'm going to try and do that here as well, since it's broken as an item. And then whoever didn't know what that does can finally figure out that mystery, since I think I left you on like a 1 week cliffhanger. Anyway, I think the real things I am missing. Oh, I didn't realize in my last video that these projectile spawners, projectile enemies, actually spawn enemies when their projectile hits the floor, which was probably what was like causing enemies to swarm me from every direction. So that's knowledge gain. If you didn't know that, now you know. These are red. These ones with like the red bottom half of their body, they spawn enemies with their projectiles. That's a mini boss I just spawned, which I can probably kill within a couple seconds. Similarly to how I kill mumps in a couple seconds. We need to find the mini boss though before I leave here. I'll take double slashes. Tranquilizing mass is objectively a good thing to have, I feel like, but I don't want it. So we're going for straight damage here. Let's go for, I think this maxes you out technically. Ow, that was rude. There we go. Let's max this out. Yeah, so I believe we're frenzied pretty much the entire time because of how fast we shoot. And it does stack exponentially because you get attack speed from getting frenzied, which means you can put out more attacks, which means you get frenzied more often, which is why you see like on this screen here, you see like a stream of pellets coming out of me, which is insane. We don't want this. This is an item that I objectively do not like, and I think I am going to resolve it. I don't know why I don't like it. It just doesn't feel like it does much. Could be completely wrong. Again, I don't think we have a DPS meter in this game, which is unfortunate. Attack speed is good, but it's only 5%. My roulettes have been really unlucky. I don't need more attack speed at this point. Not at this point in the game. Let's go for a dissolve. Besides, there's more mini bosses spawning, so I'll probably be fine. Definitely take Ruby here. Where's that mini boss? Come here. I'll take 15% crit damage. How is that a gray? Anything with crit damage is immediately good. 15%. Amazing. Wonderful. Where's my crit gen? My crit gen says 59. My crit damage is 330. And my attack speed multiplier is insane. Is that attack speed? Yeah. And then my damage multiplier is almost 300%. So we're really trekking along here. And it's only like stage 5, maybe 6? I think it's stage 5. I feel like we're an odd number. Where's that mini boss? There you are. Blast you off. 3 times 10% attack speed. Now that's what I'm talking about. I love that. And we're getting really lucky with the mini boss spawns. It really is pretty bad. Let's go view. Hey, we're getting pretty close actually to maxing crack Ruby. It's gonna be so good. We're only 22 minutes in. Was that a horn that got bugged out? I think it was, yeah. Hello. I don't mind the strange fruit, to be honest. Strange fruit's always good. Like, unless you're at the point where you just hit the entire map. Oh my lord. Why are we getting so many mini boss spawns? I'm happy because they give you free stuff. But I think this is the luckiest run I've ever had when it comes to mini boss spawns. Even with taking into account the what's it called? The artifact for it. I've never had a run this many. Anyway, Magmus, fuck off. We'll take 2% AoE it is. Or 2 times 10% is fine. 20%, not something I'm gonna be mad about. Attack speed is also inadvertently helping our cracked Ruby once it gets fully upgraded, which might clue you in. It does become an effect that has a chance to trigger once it's fully upgraded. I'm not gonna spoil what that effect is. These, I don't mind any of these. I think I go fire here because wait, 1,000 needles here. We get 1,000 needles, we get splinters. Everything that splits off of our attacks basically multiplies the amount of damage output we already have, which is insane. Again, another mini boss. 2 mini bosses even. I think I might have missed a patch that upped the amount of mini bosses that spawn. Which is, you know, I'm not gonna complain about that. Made the game objectively easier. This is really good. I wish I had checked. When's the last time I checked? I'm gonna take this. I think we're at 109 though, so we're never gonna take crit chance again. But I think that was okay. We're gonna crit every time. We're gonna be happy about it, which actually is actually a good thing. 100% crit is more beneficial than you think. Okay, I think here I'm gonna take fire. I was debating taking it over needles a couple levels ago, but I think needles is just objectively good with this amount of attack speed. It like doubles our damage output basically. So no reason for me not to take that. My glass is far away. I'm gonna post up here. I'm gonna see if it, okay, that's cheating. I'm gonna see if anything can kill me while I'm standing still. I take a sip. I doubt it though. Okay. Anyway, yeah, no, they didn't have much of a chance there, to be honest. Gonna take a while before we get Tree Whisperer. I feel like Tree Whisperer is rare, even amongst the legendaries. I feel like some of them show up more often than not. Because I also have only gotten 1 salvage energy so far, which is kind of unfortunate. Because I would also love to show you guys what that does. But yeah, we can't take this. Unfortunate. Really good early game, but now we just don't need it, do we? We will take the mini boss though. We will take him off the map. Crit damage, however, definitely within our realm of possibility. Something you should not underestimate also is hardened tips, because with the amount of projectiles we spawn, that's definitely gonna do a good amount of damage. Gonna account for a good amount of our damage here. Obviously not counting any AoEs that we have, but still. Our AoEs are pretty strong in their own right. I don't think they need it. Eventually, when you get really strong and you don't need anything specific, you can definitely get the AoE upgrades as well. I just personally like focusing on projectile amount first and then going for AoE. Just because early game you don't have that many enemies to deal with, right? Once you get to the point where you genuinely start getting swarmed and can't move around as much, that's when you want to like invest in your AoEs. But for the time being, I think we're okay. I'm kind of missing that horn sound right about now. Would definitely like to have a mini boss give me some goodies. I also want to focus on these projectile ones, not just because they spawn more enemies, but because they're just annoying to deal with. They really mess up your kind of trajectory planning, I feel like. Also, I'm gonna be playing an all artifact run once I do get it, which is gonna be I think it's nearly impossible, if I'm honest. I don't think I'll even be able to get past the first stage, which might be the whole goal for the video, which is get past the first stage, but we'll see when we get there. For now, I still have some blind faith. We'll see how quickly that shatters once I actually start attempting all artifact runs. And I'm also going to do some single artifact runs just for fun. There's one that turns every item into a randomized roulette, which is kind of funny. Just a full random item run. I'm probably not going to dissolve for that either. I'm just going to take whatever it gives me. So that'll be fun. You should stick around for that. Probably subscribe, probably like. I think only like 10% attack speed times 2. That's sick. I think only like what 8% of the people who watch me are subscribed. Only 8% of you are subscribed. 92% aren't. So you know, help. I need assistance in my channel. Thank you. And if you don't sub, then whatever. I do not vibe with you. You do not vibe with me. That is fine. I will come for your children at night, though. I said that before thinking. Do not take that out of context. I am in a loving relationship with someone who is of age. Thank you very much. Unlike some Minecraft players. I don't know what that's evolved into, by the way. I feel like every other week, someone I used to love watching as a kid just gets outed as a pedophile, and it really upsets me. Because I used to love watching people like Boy in a Band, for example. But apparently, he liked watching his fans also. Okay, I didn't think we would get this from a roulette. We get Immaculate Ruby, basically more crit damage from your chance, right? Also, you get bleed. Your damage now bleeds enemies, and every crit you land has a 1% chance of instantly killing. Now, that in and of its own is good. The fact that we have a 100% crit chance means every single attack has a 1% chance of critting. And with the amount of projectiles we put out, we're gonna be instantly killing stuff a lot. I think we take Obliterate here, no? Nah. Let's go Needles. Let's up the amount of projectiles we have so we can insta-kill more stuff. I also think it was attacks. I can read it here. Any critical strikes. Any critical strike has a 1% chance, which means any tick from burn, any tick from bleed that can crit can insta-kill. Just think about that. Also, where'd my health go? I might need to invest in some healing here. Or I might just need to be more careful and less distracted. That's fine. We're gonna continue on this trek for a bit. I do want to show you guys what it looks like when I insta-kill a boss. So I'm gonna look for that. And if there's anything else that screams crazy build-wise, and I shall show that. We killed Mumsa. We got Idle Hands. We killed it so fast I couldn't start my recording. This is insane. Because you get more projectiles and we don't care about damage because we just insta-kill stuff at this point. I would have taken Thick Hands for the insurance and health, but Idle Hands is just too good to pass up. Alright, quick update. We've managed to get spiky shields. We have a little bit of more defense. I did invest in 1 condensed power, and I got Blobberang from a roulette. We also got a bunch of spikes from roulette, so now that's big spikes. I think that's the max upgraded, and I didn't even pick it once. So that's that. The game is in a pretty interesting state right now where we kill everything with a good amount of consistency. We're just struggling to pick up more EXP orbs before the EXP orbs get swarmed by the next wave of enemies. These big ones are extremely tanky though. Ooh, is this the point where I die? Who knows? Let me get this way. Beautiful. Thank you. Appreciate that. We're still pretty safe since we don't take that much damage because Spiky Shield reduces the amount of damage you take by like 15%. Let's see how fast we can kill an elite. If we can find him, that is. There he is. We killed him through these enemies. So if that gives you an idea of how strong we are, that's that should do. We're being swarmed right now also because enemies spawned on top of us, which is not deja vu at all. Serrated slash also good. I think we're at the point where serrated slash. Let me check. Yes, each slash is now a guaranteed critical hit. So when we crit, we do a slash that is also a critical hit. So each crit technically crits twice, which means we double the chance of our one shot proccing. Not that that matters, because technically, I guess, since we have 100% crit chance, they were guaranteed crits anyway. Now that I think about it. But yeah, everything crits and everything is damage and everything can insta kill. Also, did we just get 2 back-to-back me boss spawns again? Yep, there he is. Okay, here's the thing, right? I actually think Brisk or Citrine is better than Mumsa. The reason for that is because Citrine does not fluctuate your movement speed, and Mumsa makes your movement speed kind of random. With Citrine, it feels more consistent. It kind of eases you into the different phases. Plus, when you have enough attack speed, it just becomes consistent, because I do believe there's a cap. And with Mumsa, you just kind of randomly go in and out of this frenzy mode that just, I don't know, it feels very inconsistent, which makes controlling the character sometimes feel like hell, especially this late in the game where the game kind of starts lagging a bit, I'm not gonna lie. I'm at 40 FPS right now. We take exponential chain here, why not? Another mini boss on the stage. So I do think Citrine is better than Mumsa. Mumsa still is very, very, very good, because anything that gives you attack speed is just bound to be great, honestly. We still haven't gotten Kree Whisperer, which is pretty sad. But hopefully we'll get this level up right here. Or maybe this mini boss will give it to us, who knows. Thank you, Mr. Speedy Man, we one-shot you. We do not need crit chance though. Thank you for leveling me up though, I appreciate it. When you max upgrade this, you do get an extra projectile from it. I don't know if that's worth it though. Let's go for Bangarang here. I think Bang. Oh, well, getting more chain damage is always good. We're at the point where we just start taking additional items, because their raw effect is now better than a scaling on an effect we already have, because the scaling is generally not as good as just having straight up more items. 30% damage multiplier, I'll take it. Which is why I'm more lenient in what I take and what I don't take. There's still some things that I avoid, like Sonic Howl I will not take unless we've literally maxed everything else. If you want to see me actually play with Sonic Howl, go watch my other video. I did max out Sonic Howl and tried to make somewhat of a build with it, even though I still think it is one of, if not the worst item in the game. Definitely the worst attack in the game, so if you want to see how I did with that challenge, because trust me, it was a challenge. What you saw was not the first take or even the second take. So, that was a bit of a measurement of my agony when it comes to recording that video. I'm probably going to do more stuff like that. I don't think anything else is as bad as Sonic Howl though, so I don't think it's going to be to the same degree. But I'm going to go back on a little journey, and I'll probably see you guys when I do end up dying, or when I get a good breakthrough item. I don't know. We'll see you then. Okay, we're getting to the point where the game looks like this. My frames are horrible. The amount of projectiles on the screen is insane, and they're moving so slow because there's too much for the game to process. Also, everything white on the screen you see projectiles wise belongs to me. They're bouncing from enemy to enemy and just encasing me in this like marshmallow storm, and it's kind of terrifying because I genuinely cannot sense what's going on, which I guess is a good thing because it means I'm unmeasurably powerful. but also I do not know how to play the game. I'm just kind of hoping and praying that things don't run into me while my screen is covered in damage numbers. I think this is a good time to actually turn them off. I've been told by a display damage, there we go, a very lovely commenter that I can turn those off, so thank you. I'm sure that helps my performance immensely, and you are greatly appreciated. I still think the amount of explosions is going to make it hard to see sometimes, but definitely not as bad. We still shred bosses. You can actually focus fire it. There we go. Beautiful. And the added benefit of getting essentially what is a free magnet item after every boss is great, because honestly at this point collecting the XP is harder than actually killing the enemies. Oh, there was a magnet there the whole time apparently. I'm just dumb. Don't mind me. We are getting to the point where I'm starting to have input delay because of the amount of lag, and we're also getting to the point where I'm going to have to start pause buffering my movement, simply because the game's gonna start speeding up exponentially pretty much, and if I don't pause buffer I will not be able to like mentally keep up with what is happening, and that's gonna come sooner because I'm playing on Sign of Time as well. So if you ever see me just spamming the menu button, that's why. At this point even dissolves aren't half my HP. I don't know why the game does that, because I'm clearly not at half HP, but it said I would get half HP, or I mean XP, not HP. So that's what I mean with dissolving not really giving you the amount it should. I feel like this is bad. This is not very good. Not that but I think it's because we're losing too many projectiles off of the side of the map. So actually being surrounded by enemies here is the ideal situation for us. There we go, that'll help. Can we push down anyway? Let me just ooh, this is actually pretty bad. This is really bad. I can put, oh there we go. Beautiful. I'm gonna have to push through a lot during my energy salvation, energy storage, whatever it's called. Ooh, there's a mini boss. Hopefully we get something good. I don't mind attack speed. I never will mind attack speed. See how far off screen I was? It might have been hard to see, but like that was ridiculous. Trust me, it was ridiculous. Let's see how fast we should. Gaia. Still pretty fast. Our damage output is definitely not something to scoff at here. I'll take an endless hailstorm. I did pick this up from a roulette. I got 3 and then I got 2, so I'm at 5 now. Which, I mean, value wise it's good. I don't particularly like hailstorm, but I'm not gonna lie. When we get big numbers and we're this late in the game, it's just straight value that you have to think of, because you're not gonna be able to be picky with how slow you level up. So just take the value or get out. I suppose we still don't have Tree Hugger. I mean, we have Tree Hugger, but not Tree Whisperer, which is really bad. If we don't get that soon, we're just not gonna be able to get more items. So I would prefer to get that sooner rather than later. Otherwise, a really good run is gonna end short. We're in the territory of we need it now or we can die at any moment. Luckily, there's not that many big enemies right here, so our damage is definitely still keeping up. The only things we can't really just instantly kill are those big guys, so not having them around is just basically a rest stage. These fast enemies are giving me run for my money though. Why are you guys so speedy? Okay, that might be my cue to start pause buffering. I will try and hold out because I don't think it's a nice viewing experience to watch me pause buffer a lot. Plus it will be very loud with me clicking my keyboard constantly. I will if I have to though, and this might be one of those points. Let me, yeah, okay, we're good. I think I can keep up for now. Yikes. Those explosions of enemies whenever a tick dies and pushes enemies towards us is also not great for my heart. Or my survivability. I'm a little bit global. I think I will just say that if I die, that's the run, because like all runs end at some point. I wish this game had some type of ending, something we could work towards. The problem, can we fit through here? No, we can't. Definitely not. Be careful squeezing through rocks at the edge of the map, by the way, because you can get stuck. I've gotten stuck many times. which sometimes loses me runs, sometimes I'm too strong, and eventually the boss portal just consumes me anyway. But if you don't think you can keep up, you probably don't want to corner yourself like I am right now. I haven't had the pause buffer yet though, which is nice, definitely. This is completely unrelated. I don't know if people would want me to play horror games on this channel, because I like specific. Also, Mumsa is probably the easiest boss here, which is nice. Let's kill the mini boss as well. Oh, a freaking gray. Or is this Kira? This is Kira. We'll take Trank Mass. What do you give us? AoE. Oh, 60% AoE release is insane. We can have huge explosions here, which is actually really good since our AoEs are carrying a lot of weight. I think I have 2 condensed power now too, which makes them a bit stronger. I like specific like survival horror games, and I might really try and playing some of them on the channel. I get scared pretty easily, but I believe that makes pretty good content, honestly. We're almost level 60. We're 56, which means we're gonna start plateauing even harder. If you can believe that we even can plateau harder. Enemies here are slow. Sometimes they just speed up randomly, especially those leg fuckers. Oh, we're getting caged in. This is not Daishobu. Not Daishobu at all. What the hell? Just killed all of them. That's probably something to do with my AoEs, which I'm pretty happy that that's a thing. Which is what I mean with the fact that late game, you're gonna get carried by your AoEs, so invest in them. I also believe I got 1 black hole. No, I don't. I have this. This is technically an AoE, since the Hailstorm is like an AoE effect, sort of. It's just a condensed pile of projectiles, which I guess kind of doubles. It qualifies, I feel like. Let me... Also, the amount of bass in the projectile hitting noises because these here oh, I'm dead. I'm really happy I was recording that, because that I would not have reacted fast enough to record that. I got swarmed, but takeaways, these 2 are insanely good. Attack speed is good. What the hell? I got an achievement. Speed. Insta kill is good, serrated is good, crit is good, and just spawning more stuff like boomerangs, hailstorms, chains, lightning. Good to have. And then for late game, make sure you have some AoEs like fire and explosion secured. Anyway, I'm gonna head out now. It's past midnight. I needed to record this earlier, but I was hanging out with my boyfriend, so I didn't get a chance. Subscribe. Have a nice day. Try not to die.